Swinging a ground ball, stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first, and the Boston Red Sox are the world champions. For the first time in 86 years, the Red Sox have won baseball's world championship. Can you believe it?
Welcome back to the Fenway Files. My name is Tyler, and thank you for joining us on episode 16. I was contemplating doing the episode tomorrow because today is Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to everybody outside of Craig Breslow. But then news came across my Twitter that absolutely broke my soul. In Red Sox history, in my lifetime anyway, there are or have been some pretty horrendous seasons, some pretty horrendous free agent signings, Pablo Sandoval, some pretty horrendous trades, Mookie Betts, and I never once in my life thought I would ever see something worse than the Mookie Betts trade that came up in 2020. Until the following tweet came across my Twitter page. Breaking, and this is from Robert Murray, Rafael Devers to the Giants. Rafael Devers, or his follow-up tweet immediately after, said the San Francisco Giants are acquiring Rafael Devers from the Boston Red Sox for Jordan Hicks, Kyle Harrison, and more, according to sources familiar with the deal. The full trade breakdown is Rafael Devers to San Francisco in return for Jordan Hicks, Kyle Harrison, and two prospects named James Tibbs, an outfielder / first baseman, and Jose Bayo. Jose Bayo and James Tibbs have neither reached higher than high A as of right now. Jordan Hicks is a so-called veteran who has starting experience, albeit bad experience. And Kyle Harrison is a 23-year-old starting pitcher with control, albeit not a good starting pitcher. What makes this trade significantly worse than the Mookie Betts trade is Mookie Betts was going into a free agency year. Rafael Devers was the cornerstone and face of this franchise for the next 8.5 seasons. He was a year and a half into a 10-year contract. He was getting $313 million over the next 10 seasons to play for the Boston Red Sox. He should be going into the Hall of Fame as a member of the Boston Red Sox. His number should be retired next to David Ortiz up at Fenway Park. But instead, he is probably going to enter the Hall of Fame as a San Francisco Giant. As a fan of the Boston Red Sox for my entire life, when do we draw the line? When do we draw the line in the sand and say enough is enough? When do we start holding this ownership accountable for their actions? Mookie Betts, you can understand for the most part because of COVID, the uncertainty going into free agency, wanting to get all of the money, wanting to play on the West Coast. I get that. Rafael Devers was signed for essentially the rest of his career. He should have retired as a member of the Boston Red Sox. The fact that he was just traded to the San Francisco Giants for a failed closer turned failed starting pitcher, Kyle Harrison, who has not pitched more than 140 innings in his career, and then two prospects that will probably never make the league, Craig Breslow and the rest of the ownership should be fired. I'm sorry. John Henry, sell the fucking team at this point. If you're not going to give a shit about this team, sell it. Sell it to somebody who cares. Sell it to... you could sell it to the local McDonald's or the CEO of Raising Cane's for all I give a fuck. If you are going to care about Liverpool more than this team, you don't belong as the owner of this team. I don't care. Craig Breslow, I understand that you had beef with Rafael Devers. If you don't understand the importance that Rafael Devers has on this team, you don't belong as the general manager of this franchise. I don't want to hear your excuses. I don't want to hear, oh, $313 million not to play first base. I don't care. Trading Rafael Devers, immediately coming off of the same exact day of a 3-game sweep of the Yankees, we are finally 1 game over 500, crawling our way back in the division, crawling our way back what was going to be hopefully first place, to immediately get notified that during the game, Craig Breslow and John Henry were on the phone with the Giants finalizing the trade. Craig Breslow and John Henry, both of you can go fuck yourself. I usually don't try to swear. I usually try to keep my head cool. I'm not doing that this episode. This episode is completely off the rails already, and I don't care. There's no other news that we need to talk about right now. We don't even need to address the 3-game sweep of the Yankees because it doesn't fucking matter anymore. Trading Rafael Devers in the middle of a season that at this point has been a failure literally means that ownership, Craig Breslow, are abandoning ship. Not only did we trade Rafael Devers coming off of 2 series victories and a series sweep of the Yankees, 3 series victories and a 3-game sweep of the Yankees, we play San Francisco in 5 fucking days. In 5 days, I have to wake up at 10 o'clock at night and watch Rafael Devers absolutely piss all over the Boston Red Sox in whatever fucking field they call where the San Francisco Giants play. I don't care at this point. I'm not mad at Devers. It's not his fault that the team treated him like shit. It's not his fault that we signed Alex Bregman with giving him absolutely zero fucking warning. It is not his fault that we have treated him like absolute dog shit his entire career and only gave him the contract extension because we had no one else to sign. There are no more excuses. There is nothing more as a fan that I can say about this team, about this ownership, and about this general manager that will make what happened today okay. The only thing left that we can do as a fan base, stop paying for tickets, stop going to games, stop paying for Nesson, and stop watching. That's all I can say. Because at this point, what else is there for us to do? Ownership clearly doesn't get it. John Henry clearly doesn't get it. He's too much of an old fucking head to understand how much Rafael Devers meant to this team. I don't care that he had problems with Craig Breslow. Because honestly, Craig Breslow is the bigger fucking problem. Ownership is the bigger fucking problem. Rafael Devers was the only player we had left from 2018 on this franchise. He is the only resemblance of a winning championship team on this team. I don't care that he had problems with the young kids. I don't care that he had problems with the general manager. The general manager was wrong the entire fucking time. Instead of having Rafael Devers play first base, why didn't you just sign one in the offseason when there were 7 available? Why didn't you understand that Tristan Casas is a terrible baseball player and doesn't belong on this team? Rafael Devers was completely right his entire fucking career. And there is zero excuse on why he was just traded to the San Francisco Giants. I don't want to see the hit pieces. I don't care. I'm done with it. I'm emotionally exhausted, frustrated. Like, what else more as a fan do we need to do to get ownership to understand that you simply can't trade the best fucking players on our team? What's next? Are we going to trade Garrett Crochet for like Jazz Chisholm and fucking Anthony Volpe? There is nothing worse, no worse news that we could have received today as a fan base for the Boston Red Sox. And I tweeted something, and I stand by it completely. If I was a member of the Boston Red Sox in 2 days, or I'm sorry, honestly, at this point, I don't even care when our next game is. If I was a member of the Boston Red Sox going out to play at 9:40 tomorrow night, I'm not stepping foot on the field. I know that sounds childish. I know that sounds stupid. But that is how much Rafael Devers meant to the clubhouse, to the fans, and to the entire city of Boston. Because what you don't understand is when David Ortiz left, he passed the torch to Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts was then traded. The only person who picked up that torch was Rafael Devers. Rafael Devers and David Ortiz have been attached at the hip since Rafael Devers was a rookie when we signed him at 16. I have cried enough tonight. I have cried enough today, it being my first Father's Day. And this is how the Boston Red Sox, the team that I have dedicated my entire life to being a fan of, this is how they treat us fans, us fathers on Father's Day, is by shipping off Rafael Devers. Fuck you. Fuck you, Craig Breslow. Fuck you, John Henry. And fuck you, Boston Red Sox, because I'm tired. I'm done with it. I'm not mad at Rafael Devers because none of this is his fault, and I'm not mad at the players because none of it is their fault. I am very curious at how Alex Cora feels about this right now, because at this specific moment, we are flying to Seattle. The Boston Red Sox are in the air at this exact moment. I know for a fact it is dead silent on that plane, as it should be. And the message that this sends, this message that the Boston Red Sox ownership just sent their young players is, who gives a fuck if you just signed a contract extension? If you say one bad thing to us, to reporters, you're gone. If you don't agree to one thing we tell you to do, even if we were wrong to begin with, you're gone. Garrett Crochet, if you start questioning our decisions to the media, you're fucking next. What else can we do? I genuinely don't understand it. And not only that, I saw reports on Twitter, and they have yet to be confirmed, but at this moment, the Red Sox have not stopped picking up the phone and calling people about Trevor Story and Masataka Yoshida. And you know what? Jared Carabas, the leader of the Section 10 Army, just tweeted, Red Sox continuously have asked this fan base for time and patience only to have their faces routinely spit on. It's sad hearing from fans who used to care deeply about this team who don't anymore. I can't even come up with an argument for why they're wrong for feeling that way. Abso-fucking-lutely. I want to make sure I'm crystal clear about this. None of this is Rafael Devers' fault. Rafael Devers signed with this team when he was 16. I have watched Rafael Devers in AA, in AAA, in the major leagues since I was 16. I'm 25. Rafael Devers has been a major part of my life ever since he was signed at the age of 16. And this is how we repay him. This is how we repay all of his hard work every single offseason. This is how we repay him for hitting 35 homers and 120 RBIs consistently on a routine year-to-year basis. When the Red Sox now go on to lose 10 of their next 15 games, getting outscored by probably 35 to 40 runs in that stretch, I don't want to hear the excuses of only if we had a left-handed power bat. We had a left-handed power bat and we fucking traded him for nothing. Like, the urge to put my foot through this computer monitor right now has never been higher. I can't even talk about Roman Anthony's call-up to the major leagues because this completely changes where this season goes from here on out. Because we were looking at straight series wins, 8 of our last 10, a sweep against the Yankees, and now our entire offense isn't even remotely the same. We shut out the Yankees 2-0 today, and as that was happening, we were actively trading our best player on the team. This was the first time all season we had a 5-game winning streak, and we have won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm like, and now we're in the middle of a 9-game road trip. We don't play at home until the 27th against the Blue Jays. And I genuinely think that part of ownership's mindset was that if we trade Rafael Devers during a home series, we will hear about it the next day at Fenway when we get booed onto the fucking field. If I was a Red Sox fan who had tickets to Fenway on the 27th or any other fucking game this season, I would sell my tickets in a heartbeat. I was supposed to go to a Red Sox-Yankees game at Yankee Stadium in August, and now I don't know if I want to go. I genuinely don't know what more I can say about the situation. Like, I understand the big push for the youth movement, for Roman Anthony, for Marcelo Meyer, for Christian Campbell, now all being up in the major leagues. You did not need to trade Rafael Devers to get all of that to work. You didn't. Rafael Devers should have been your designated hitter for this team for the next 8 years. 8.5. He should have retired as a member of the Boston Red Sox, but Craig Breslow and ownership were too stupid to fucking see it. I have never been closer in my life to saying the hell with this team and no longer watching baseball. And I have played baseball and watched baseball since I could walk. In the span of 20 years, from 2004 to 2024, we went from the pride and joy of the city, having players like Manny, Ortiz, Wakefield, Martinez, like Clemens. The list fucking goes on. To ownership now basically viewing the Boston Red Sox as the redheaded stepchild. Like, the way that ownership is handling this team right now does not show a single ounce of care or respect for the fans or the players. I can give you credit for trading for Garrett Crochet and signing Alex Bregman, but there is zero fucking reason why Rafael Devers cannot equate or should not have equated to a trade. There's no fucking reason why he should have been dealt to the San Francisco Giants. You can sit here and say that Rafael Devers didn't care. He was fat, he was obese, he gained too much weight, he was a clubhouse cancer, and you would be wrong for all of those. But not once should Rafael Devers have played a single fucking game for another franchise simply because this ownership and Craig Breslow handled this entire situation completely wrong. Instead of signing or making a deal for Alex Bregman during the offseason, you call Rafael Devers first and you say, hey, we love your work ethic, we love everything you've done for this team, but we need to make the team better. We want to keep you in this lineup. Let's have a conversation about first base or DH, but in the meantime, we need to go get a third baseman. Instead, they got a third baseman and then had the conversation with Rafael Devers. I can't even begin to imagine the pain that Rafael Devers has had to go through this entire season. After everything he has given up for this team and for this franchise since being a 16-year-old kid signed out of the Dominican Republic. I wish nothing but the best for Rafael Devers, and I will be watching every single at-bat that Rafael Devers has for the remainder of the season. And when the Boston Red Sox play in Oracle Park, or whatever the fuck they want to call, you know what, let me educate myself really quick. I was right, Oracle Park. Okay. If I totally just lost my train of thought, but when they play the Giants Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of next week, I will be watching every fucking second, and I will be rooting for Rafael Devers to hit 17 fucking homers a game. Although it'd be impossible, but you understand how I feel. You know what? I'm actually curious. Who's the probable pitcher for Friday? All right, so Garrett Crochet is going on Wednesday. Walker Buehler is going on Tuesday. Lucas Giolito is going on Monday. So, realistically, you're going to see Hunter Dobbins in Game 1. Oh my God. Garrett Crochet is going to be going up against Rafael Devers in Game 3. So your probable pitchers for that Giants series will be the following. Wait, before I speak, let me make sure I'm understanding this correctly. Your probable pitchers for the Mariners series coming up. Lucas Giolito versus Logan Gilbert, Walker Buehler versus Brian Wu, and Garrett Crochet versus Luis Castillo. After that, we have a 3-game series against the fucking Giants. And if everything lines up correctly, it should be Wait, I'm sorry. I'm so emotionally exhausted right now. My brain is not working. So, no. Okay, Devers is not facing Garrett Crochet because there's no way that would work out. Crochet is pitching in the final game of the Mariners series. So, you are looking at most likely Hunter Dobbins in Game 1, Brian Bayo Game 2, Lucas Giolito Game 3. I honestly don't even care to, think about what's going to happen in these next 2 series because of what's happened today. There is nothing else I can say. I was so optimistic about this team. I was so optimistic about the remainder of this season. The Yankees never had a single lead the entire series. Aaron Judge struck out 9 times. And I'm about ready to give up on this entire season. Because the Boston Red Sox, just traded the franchise player, Rafael Devers. I we need to look at this entire trade one more time, because the other part that I haven't mentioned yet is the fact that the Dodgers are eating his entire contract. There was approximately $260-ish million left on his deal, and the Giants are paying every single penny. And if there is a bright side to this entire situation, that is about it. If you think that trading Rafael Devers is a good idea, you're a fucking idiot. If you think that trading Rafael Devers to the Giants was the right move because we needed starting pitching, you're a fucking idiot. If you think that trading Rafael Devers because he was a clubhouse cancer and refused to play first base, you're a fucking idiot. Rafael Devers, and I will say it again and again and again, Rafael Devers should have retired as a member of the Boston Red Sox.
This is a reminder. Bedtime for Alice.
Honestly, Siri, why don't you just
This is a reminder. Bedtime for Alice.
Hey Alexa, can you give me directions to how to jump out of a fucking window?
At the moment, traffic to A&S window cleaning services at Pawtucket looks pretty clear. The fastest route takes about 24 minutes via I-295 and Route 1A.
So anyway, at this point, Breslow and ownership, they have to go. Hey, ho, ho, Craig Breslow's got to go. Hey, ho, ho, Craig Breslow's got to go. Because I am done with their nonsense. I'm done with their bullshit, and I hate the fact that I'm even saying this, but I hope the Red Sox never win another fucking game. Because I am sick, and I am tired of getting invested in this team just for them to gut me like a fish. It was bad enough with Mookie Betts, but it was pretty expected because of the amount of money he was looking for. Rafael Devers is an entirely different story. And in 25 years, when none of the 4 players that we got from this trade pan out, and Rafael Devers goes into Hall of Fame as a member of the San Francisco Giants, I pray to God that Craig Breslow looks at himself in the mirror and understands how much of a fucking idiot he is. Oh, even worse. When you make a move like this, your general manager should put his sack on the table and talk to reporters in person. Take questions. Feel how angry we are as a fan base. Instead, and this is according to Chris Cotillo, Craig Breslow and Sam Kennedy will discuss the Devers trade on a Zoom call on Monday, according to the Red Sox. I'm over this. I can't do this anymore. There's nothing else for me to say. Yeah, going forward, we have a 3-game series on the road against the Mariners, and then a 3-game series on the road against the Giants, and then a 3-game series on the road against the Angels. These are all West Coast games, so if you are unfortunately still watching these games, good fucking luck, because they are at 9:40 940, 410, 1015, 405, 405, 940, 940, and 410. I know I will not be watching any of them outside of the Giants games, out of respect for Rafael Devers and everything that he has done for this franchise. I'm just double checking my Twitter to make sure that there isn't anything else that the Red Sox want to put me through today. Oh, yes, there is. Really quick. So why I believe the Red Sox lost this trade? Well, let's go through the 4 people that the Red Sox got back in return. The first and the marquee individual, Jordan Hicks. Now, Jordan Hicks became extremely popular during his time with the St. Louis Cardinals. His stats this season are dog shit. He has a negative .9 WAR. He is 1-5 with a 6.47 ERA. The reason why that ERA is so high, albeit that he is a relief pitcher, is the fact that for the last season and a half, he has been starting for the San Francisco Giants. Part of the reason why his ERA is so high is because he got absolutely railed by the New York Yankees, Philadelphia Phillies, Milwaukee Brewers, and Texas Rangers, all in the course of the month of April. In those 5 games, he pitched 4 innings, 7 innings, 5 innings, and 5 innings. The Yankees game, he gave up 7 earned runs, 5 earned runs to the Phillies, 5 earned runs to the Brewers, and 2 earned runs to Texas. Since then, he has given up 3, 3, 5, and 1. He was moved back to the bullpen in the middle of May and has pitched 1 inning, 1 inning, and 1 inning. His ERA has gone down every time he has come out of the bullpen, and he has not given up an earned run since May 19th. The other part of the fact is he's fucking hurt. So Jordan Hicks not really panning out too well. His age is missing. Baseball Reference, you really need to update your page there, bucko. Who else did we get in that trade? Oh, yes, Kyle Hendricks. It's not Kyle Hendricks. What the fuck am I talking about? Kyle Harrison. According to Baseball Reference, Kyle Harrison this season has a WAR of .1 with a 1-1 win-loss record, a 4.56 ERA in 8 games. He has started 4 of those games. He has pitched 23 in a 3rd inning. Okay, his game log for this season. Hello. Game log. Thank you. His last 5 games, he has gone 5 innings, 4 1/3, 5 innings, 4 innings, and 1 1/4. Oh, and it's not going to tell me how many pitches he threw that game. Oh, yes, it does. 87, 87, 80, 57, and 16. So he hasn't thrown more than 90 pitches this entire season. He is 23. He has control. That is the only good side of this trade. Who else did we get? Doesn't fucking matter. As a fan base, as a lifelong fan, I've had enough. You can only handle watching so many of your star players walk out the door because the Red Sox, A, either trade them, or B, don't want to give them the money that they rightfully deserve. In my lifetime, I have been a fan of only a small handful of players. Dustin Pedroia, David Ortiz, Rafael Devers, Jarren Duran, and Josh Beckett. Xander Bogaerts, and Andrew Benintendi and Mookie Betts. Out of that entire list, Josh Beckett stayed with the team. Put your fucking thumb down. Josh Beckett stayed with the team. Dustin Pedroia stayed with the team and should have entered the Hall of Fame as a member of the Boston Red Sox, but didn't because of Manny Machado. David Ortiz entered the Hall of Fame as a member of the Boston Red Sox, and everybody else was essentially kicked off the team. Betts was traded. Benintendi was traded. Xander basically was kicked out the door and told, don't let the door hit you on the way out. Devers was traded. Like, I don't know what more I can do. I mean, the only positive, and I can't even say positive, the other side to this situation is the fact that Roman Anthony is probably going to be playing for this team every day now. Because who the fuck else is going to be playing DH? What are you going to call Masataka Yoshida up from the grave to have him play DH? I genuinely don't understand what more we can take as a fan base. And at this point, I'm checked out for the rest of the season. I'm still going to podcast every week. It might now be every 2 weeks. I don't know. But if the ownership, if the general manager is not going to view this team as a priority, why the fuck should I? Why should a fan, a 25-year-old fan, give more of a fuck about this team than the people who run the team? It's unacceptable. It's absolutely unacceptable, and fans should be pissed. Fans have every right to be upset, and there's nothing else I can say. That's about everything I have on the Devers situation. I apologize for all of my swearing, but you go through what I've had to go through as a fan of this Boston Red Sox team for my entire life. I grew up experiencing greatness. I grew up, my first memories were 2004. The first time I watched every pitch of the postseason was in 2007. I watched every game in 2013. My first game was in 2014. I went to a game during Ortiz's farewell season in 2016. I watched every game in 2018. I have watched every game of this season so far, and I'm done. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I can't take this fucking shit anymore from this franchise, from this ownership, and from this team. I can't do it because it is negatively impacting my mental health, and there is nothing else I can say. So again, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there outside of Craig Breslow and outside of John Henry and Sam Kennedy. I hope Rafael Devers has a very successful career in San Francisco, and my heart goes out to Red Sox fans tonight, and especially the dads who got Rafael Devers jerseys for Father's Day. I hope you got a gift receipt and can return those because they are useless now. I hope everybody, all the Red Sox fans, can make it through the next couple of weeks because it's going to be rough. And I want to hear the boos on the 27th, and I want to see the signs. Sell the fucking team because I'm done. At this point, there is no reason why you shouldn't be selling the team. Because if you are not going to put your 100% of your money, of your interest, and your desire to win in this team, you shouldn't own the fucking Boston Red Sox. We are not a small market team. We are not the Tampa Bay Rays. We are not, the Kansas City Royals. We are not the Baltimore Orioles. We are the Boston fucking Red Sox. Ownership, start acting like it. Or else you are not going to have fans anymore to buy your $175 bleacher seat tickets. You already sell tickets through the roof. Nesson's too fucking much money. And now you go and trade the best player on this fucking team in the middle of a 3-game sweep of the New York Yankees. It's unacceptable, and as a fan base, we should not accept this bullshit from ownership any further.